Hello and welcome to Pro Clubs Weekly. I am your host, as always, Eightball, and tonight, joined by, loved by men, adored by women. Wait, is that the other way around? It's Domino. You know who it is. It's Domino.
What an introduction, and what a game we've got ahead of us. Excited to be here, as always.
I need to try and keep things fresh, Domino. This is like video number 20. I'm running out of intros. If you've got any intros, pop them down in the comments. Please help a brother out.
Only nice ones.
Yeah, only nice ones about Dom. Tonight's game, we have got Magicals, who are from Netherlands, and they are in the red of Brighton, I believe. And they are up against Poise of Portugal, and they are in this lovely yellowish green kit. Domino, what are you, one, expecting and two, hoping from tonight's game?
Oh, always hoping for golds. I'm expecting golds, and I think I need golds. And we're
well,
getting...
Domino, we almost had something cooking for you there. That's been swept up nicely by the Magicals goalkeeper. And this is an actual special request, so we normally just get given games, and tonight's request was for a Magicals game because, Domino, they went 6 for 6 last weekend. Oh, last week, they don't play weekends. They won the first 6 games in a row.
Cap off.
So we are very much looking forward to seeing these, even though they've just left the game. And let's try again. And we're actually back now. This is the proper game, Domino. We didn't like that first game. Do you know what? That's 2 videos in a row that's happened. We've gone 20 odd videos without it happening, and then 2 in a row. It really is like buses.
London buses.
Domino, what are you expecting from this game?
Golds, and more golds.
No goals. We're just glad we got a game on our hands. So yeah, as I was in the middle of saying, Domino, really excited to watch Magicals tonight. It was a request of ours. They were currently top of the league going into this week's round of games. And they take on Poise, who are currently 14th in the league, so relatively mid-table, but we are only 6 games into the league at this stage, so I would say it's anyone's game, as is often the way in competitive pro clubs. But if I had to pick a favourite at the moment, surely you've got to fancy Magicals.
Yeah, you do, but Poise are playing expertly there, and what a save, covering the near post very well. Big hand to it, goes out for a corner. Keeper comes. What a finish.
I'm letting you take that one, Domino. I did not want to cut you off there, but after that big save, they then go and score from the resulting corner. Talk me through what happened there.
Again, we always say it, no shade. Keeper, hold your position there. It looked like he red-timed the header. Magical, the player done the right thing. He got back on the line. It was unfortunate. He just couldn't recover it and save it. But Poise, you are very poised here.
Yeah, and you are making a mockery of me calling Magicals the favourite, so thank you very much. If that's your intention to maybe look foolish, then you have done that. It's 1-0 to Poise. The game poised very nicely. Magicals now coming forward, looking for a response on this left-hand side, but it's cut out by Johnny and kept in nicely to Gomez. White Vinger loses out. Ooh. And apparently unlawfully, so they do get to keep the ball on this right hand side. Gomez down the line, comes back infield as well. Both teams set up nicely. There's a nice early rhythm to this game. Bugador looks to skip past. Looks like it could have potentially been called for a free kick. That's not going to be a free kick because that's a great tackle. And Poise look up for this. It's like they heard my commentary and they are throwing men forward here, looking to ruin this unbeaten run for Magicals. They do manage to get the throw in, try and get something cooking here, get themselves back into the game. But I mean, Poise are defending like like their lives depend on it at the moment, in all honesty. Chucking it over to this left-hand side. Troy, good battle. Headed out and taken down by Brobster, and that's a good ball down the line. Let's see if they can get something working. It's a short pass to Diax. Looks to, I mean, it's very unhelpful that the goalkeeper's kit clashes with Magical's kit. Drops the shoulder straight at Edu, and he goes down just for theatrical purposes. Domino, 23 minutes in, initial thoughts?
Poise being 14th, if you didn't give me the league table before this game, you would think Poise went, again, the straight 6 games unbeaten. They've been playing excellently, recovering the ball really well, and in the danger area as well. And every second ball, even there, all the second balls, the players are in great positions. They're calm and composed on the ball. Just a last bit of favour, Magical going forward. You can see the quality really in the team. Held on the passes, created some good opportunities. Both teams, it's all high level, isn't it? It's all high level.
Yeah, it's what we're used to seeing in this VPG eSport Premier, as they dig it out to this right-hand side. A great attacking first touch, and he's dropped the shoulder a couple of times. The defender's done well to just bide his time so Bugador could get back, and Bugador showing his skill there. Like you said, Domino, calm and composed on the ball. High quality start to this first half.
Those second balls again.
Yeah, I mean, they like I said, they look up for it. Do you think, though, with this kind of high intensity, high press, high attacking kind of, as soon as they get the ball, they're looking to go forward? Is it games like this where stamina plays a part, Domino?
Yeah, it depends who's your engine room in the midfield, because you don't want to burn all your stamina defensively or offensively. You kind of want to even it out, but it's all dependent on the game. And at the minute, Magic got the ball, great block. I'm really impressed with Poise. I'm really impressed with Poise at the minute. Going and get up against the current number 1 in the league, and they do not look out of place. Really don't.
Yeah, like you said, we said it on the last video. When you look at the league table now there's been, 6 games at this stage, I think. You can start to see who's going to be, and that's, yeah, they've repaid the favour in the form of a headed goal from a corner. And that sets us up nicely for the remainder of this game, Domino. It's 1-1.
Yeah, and it was very well constructed. The first corner that they had, they tried to play the man off the pitch, go near post and flick it on. Next corner, they kind of set up the same way, but then threw it into the mixer. Keeper come out, similar to the Poise's goal. Keeper came out, didn't grab it, free header. Men got back on the line. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it. Both teams really benefiting from the set pieces here, and it's one thing that you do work on in pre-season and during the season. So well done for both teams. Good set pieces. Let's see who can go and grab this second goal.
Yeah, I think 1-1 is probably a fair reflection
Agreed.
of what we've seen so far in this first half. A pretty even first half. Poise going at it hammer and tongs, but you can see that quality for Magicals just starting to creep through as they work this ball into their offensive third on this right hand side. But Troy breaks it up. He's battling well against 2 or 3 Magicals players, but he does lose out. They do have the throw headed out, and now let's see if Poise can get something cracking on this right hand side. There's Akers, just holds it up well, waiting for his teammate to join the attack. They are committing men forward, given the time, and telegraph that pass inside. And is there time to break with Diax? And he skipped past his man. There's a man at the back post. Keeper thinks about committing. It's cut back as well. What a ball and what a goal that is. And Domino, look at that time in your top left-hand corner and tell me or not whether you would be happy conceding right now.
We know FIFA, and when you go dead on the time limit, they'll always call the game. I do think they were mounting the attack, so FIFA let it slide. Yeah, if you're Poised, you're going to be upset. You think the whistle's going to be blown. If you were Magical, you think that was absolutely fine. But let's just talk about the run and the finish. He had the man on the back post there, used him as a decoy, ran to the byline, and that cutback was exceptional. I mean, I don't know. Let's give him credit here, because you've got to play. I don't know if he tried to pick out the man specifically, but he played it into a dangerous area. There was 3 people there, locked onto one, and then when you've got the bodies in the box, you've got to finish, and he slotted it away nicely. And you can tell why they're 6 from 6 with that kind of composure.
Yeah, and we say it a lot on this channel, actually, is put the ball in the mixer. It's something we probably don't see enough of, and it's probably something that is coached out of a lot of teams, because it's something that's done at lower levels. But when you've got high quality players who kind of know what they're doing, and you've got strikers who know what to expect, strikers who have got that fox in the box instinct, it can be absolutely devastating. And I think that's literally what we've just seen there, Domino.
Yeah, you called it correctly down the line, exactly what it was. And it sets up nicely, because I think Poise showed their class. And one thing I didn't say in the half-time breakdown is these second balls. I'm really impressed by the way they're getting the ball back after every kind of knockdown. They're kind of sweeping up the balls, retaining possession. And let's see what they've got going forward, because they're definitely building into this game.
Yeah, they're like vultures at the moment. Every second ball, well, first and second ball, really. But now they have to come out and play. They have to come out and look for a second goal. Magicals, I mean, when do we start thinking about game management, Domino? We've seen it a lot in this league so far. How early, good header out by Youngkin there, how early would you expect to see that creeping in, Domino?
Oh, well, you ask me as a manager, and we know my defensive... Oh, unlucky. You know my defensive mindset. As soon as I go 1 goal above the other team, regardless of the second minute, we're shutting down shop, guys. we are...
Domino is play to win.
All day.
Yeah, done the right way, it can be a very, very effective tool. It does look like they're starting to creep into that. Poise, I think that just means we're going to see a bit more of an open game from Poise. They're going to need to throw men forward, and that makes them more susceptible to that counter-attack. So again, it's set up nicely for the last 30 minutes of this game, as it all gets a bit chaotic in that midfield. Bit of space though, perhaps picked the wrong ball. It was a good attempt at the wrong ball, I think. And headed out by Patricio. Picked up by Ney. Poise looking to build on this pressure. Magical doing well defensively so far. Just the one blip. And Katie cuts it out. They've got men forward, but they can't counter. And you see the red shirts start to swarm back now. Starting to think about going forward, Domino, and then they all start running back. I think they are fully switched on to this counter-attack.
Yeah, I mean, if I was the manager, I would... Again, we joke about the defensive mindset. That is an excellent ball. Very well cut out. Good reading, good timing on the header. But, yeah, if you're Magical, you just kind of wouldn't play that one over. You'd look to kind of hold the ball, and you've been snapped, son.
Kov has been cleaned out. He is okay though, because there he is playing the pass. Magical's a chance to run a little bit more of the clock down. That being said though, they are building here with Jarjon. Matzo, one of the goal scorers. Bit of skill on this right hand side. He did well. He sent one of them for hot dogs, but it was 3v1 in the end. Synonymous with Poise's performance so far. They were swarming the opposition out. And Francio, Domino, taking a huge chance there with the Cruyff turn in the box. Does well. They build from the back. Like, you can't build more from the back than a centre-back Cruyff turn in his own box.
I mean, he did get a hostile ball there, and he kind of got it to his feet, so he kind of made the most out of that centre-back. Didn't really help him out much there.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly. It's one of those passes where you won't thank your teammate, but then your teammate says, well, that's why I gave you it, because you've got the ability to do that. 20 minutes for Poise to get back into this, Domino. If you are Gaffer, if you are captain, what kind of things are you saying to your 10 teammates?
I would say carry on playing the way we are. The route one is not needed at the minute. We've still got time left on the clock, so don't just L1 triangle everything. I'd say take your shots when you need. Instead of that extra ball that you need to play across, try and take an early opportunity, try and take a shot. It might not need that one more. That was a very good tackle. But yeah, I just say when you get in and near the box, you get a sniff of goal, you should be having a shot on site.
Yeah, and we've seen on multiple videos now, you've got to be in it to win it. And sometimes the shot's not always the best option, but unless you take that shot, you're not going to score. And Poise come forward here. 15 minutes left. Troy looking for that overlap on the left-hand side. Cut out, and now we're seeing the Magicals counter-attack. They've been countering all second half. Good bit of game management. They're still in the lead, but Troy again. Big contender for man of the match for me. Jia Zhong's got it. Good bit of skill. Multiple bits of good skill, and he's still got it. Lopez risking life and limb there. And more importantly, the wrath of the FIFA referee. Wins that ball cleanly, though. And Troy sweeps up for Poise, who've got 10 minutes left. Gomez. Onto this left-hand side. They've got to start chucking men forward, haven't they, Domino?
Yes.
They've got to.
This is the moment where if you're kind of one-on-one with defender running alongside, you'd look to play the L1 triangle. You'd look to kind of go a little bit more educated route one. Like the keeper's got the ball here, you'd throw the people up and you try and put that long pass through.
Yeah, I totally agree that. Oh, we didn't get to see what. Oh my God.
Good covering.
I mean, we didn't get to see what happened, but we saw the ramifications of whatever did happen, and yeah, Poise flirting with danger there. A couple of men unmarked here, Domino. I'm not sure what they're going for. The goalkeeper, called it. I don't think you can get away with not being disciplined defending set pieces in this league. You just can't.
No, and you called it very early on then before I said anything. You saw the men unmarked, and we know one thing about FIFA that is completely different for real life is zonal does not work on FIFA. You need to be man on man. You need to be picking up the centre halves with the centre halves. And like you said, they all picked their zones there, and every player was free. He had a choice of who to pick a pass to. I can do that one triangle there. Yeah,
exactly that. It's just, I mean, a good bit of skill there. I'll hold that thought because it's played into the middle here, and it's. I'm not going to use the word sweating because it wasn't sweated. Quite clearly, these guys know what they're doing. But there was a tiny bit of moisture in the armpits there with that one, Domino. I'm just going to put that one out there.
I was clapping it. I think individual turns, the passes. I didn't see that one more pass going through. He was clear on goal. The keeper shaped up to where he was going to shoot. And then, like I said, switched it across. Nice, easy pass. And that's why you're 6 for 6.
Yeah, and make that 7-for-7 for Magicals. The team from the Netherlands do it again, do what they do best, winning games. Looked a bit sticky at some points, especially at the beginning, that first half of the first half. But yeah, form of champions there. Make it 7 in a row, Domino.
And that's why, if you're going to win the league, in any league, you need to put on performance like that. The adversity performances, going 1-0 down and galvanising your team and going out to, and I would say, I'm going to be honest with you, dominate really. I think overall, not possession stats or the passing stats or anything, but the overall control of the game. I think after the first goal from a corner, I didn't really see much threat. They managed the game really well. Defensive performance were excellent. They again, former champions. Form-off champions.
Yeah. And I think, I don't want to say there was a chasm in quality of the teams, but I saw a lot in that magical side, that front three, that front four that we saw last week in the Sociedad game. And when those two teams clash, I think we'll see sparks fly, because those two attacks, I think, are the best we've seen in the league so far. Poise, I think the scoreline maybe flattered Magicals, but that's what every team is up against this season. You know, they get behind on that score count, and being a good FIFA player, being a good pro clubs player, isn't enough. There has to be that tactical nous. There has to be that responsibility of you as an individual and what you bring to your team to get your team over the line, and whatever it takes. And I think the teams that will do the best this season, Domino and VPG, will be the teams who possess those players.
Yeah, you couldn't have said it better there. That's very, very accurate. And no discredit to Poise there, because I didn't think they were played off the park by any stretch of the imagination. If you didn't tell me they were 14th, I would have thought they were top half. They're the second phase of their game, sweeping up all the loose balls. I thought they played really well. Didn't have quite enough going forward, but they didn't. The scoreline, does flatter Magicals, because it was a closer game than the scoreline suggested.
Yeah, and I think that leads us perfectly into the man of the match shout. There was a shout during comms for Troy in that centre midfield area. I quite like the look of Jarjong on this right hand side as well. The skillful players I'll always have a soft spot in my heart for, Domino, because as you well know, and now as the channel know, I can't do skills myself, so I always enjoy watching it and open to your opinions.
You said it earlier on, to be fair, and Troy was playing class throughout the whole game. I think a lot of control that he had, I think his ability on the ball, decision making with passes. I think straight away when you said man of the match, that was the first person that came to my mind.
Let's stick with that then. I mean, just because they got beat doesn't mean they can't have a player for man of the match in their team. So let's break that stigma right now on this channel, Domino, and give Troy man of the match. Midfield general, really good, impressive performance from him and from both teams. To be fair, a very enjoyable game as always. Thank you so much for those two teams, and thank you to you guys at home for tuning in and listening to us talk about 22 virtual players on a screen. That just leaves us to say goodbye and good night, and for us to plead with you to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel. Domino, final thoughts before we go?
Yeah, guys, as always, Poise, magical, honour and a privilege to call your game. Good luck for your rest of the season, and I'm looking forward to see Poise building. I know on a defeat, but great performance, and magical. You're 7 from 7. Yeah, you can. Great start to the season. Let's see what we can do from here.
Absolutely. See you on the next video, guys. It's going to be a good one.
Take care, guys.